Hello everyone! I'm gonna make some walnut milk today. I've made almond milk, coconut milk, hemp milk. I think once I attempted soy milk. I think I did. I think I have a video of that. But walnut milk is a definite milk I've wanted to try after I bought the Elmhurst, I think 1925 walnut milk, and my daughter and I loved it. So I have just bought this much walnuts right here. I was aiming for a cup. This was $3.74 at the Bulk Barn. I just bought it loose. You know, bulk foods, you don't have to overbuy, buy as much as you need or want. So this is a little bit more than a cup that's in here, which is okay because I can use the rest of the walnuts in something else. So I'm going to put a cup of walnuts in here. Oops, let's add those ones in. And I have a few left, you know, to just nibble on or put in other baking, whatever you want to do. Or, I mean, I could honestly put the whole thing in, but I think I'll just leave a few to nibble on. Okay, so I have my cup of walnuts, and I'm just going to let this soak for a little bit, and I'm going to do it this way. I have a Blendtec, which is a very powerful blender, but if you're going to try this, you might not have a Blendtec or a Vitamix or another high-powered blender, so you should soak your nuts. Now, probably the best thing to do is soak them overnight. I've definitely done that with almonds, where you soak them overnight and then they're nice and soft by the morning. I'll probably soak this for a couple of hours, and then I'm going to come back. Now, the benefits of walnuts, the omega-3, you know, walnuts look like brains. It's amazing how nature is like that. So walnuts look like brains, and they're really good for your brain health with the omega-3. Obviously no cholesterol, it's a plant-based milk. That's going to be healthier for you. No saturated fat, nothing that you, if you have allergies to cow's milk, you know, you can have a plant milk. And it's always better, I think, to make this stuff at home. Anyway, guys, I will be back probably in 2 hours when I will strain this and continue with the process of making this walnut milk. Okay, so I lied. I came back in, it's supposed to be 2 hours. This is like 6 hours. So I've actually soaked these, I think, about 6.5 hours, which is fine. Can't over soak them. But what I'm going to do now is I have my Blendtec here. I'm going to fill this up with 3 cups of filtered water. And what's great about this, of course, and other blenders, is it has a line measuring your cups. So I'm just going to drain my walnuts, rinse them off, pop them in here, and get started. Okay, so I have drained and rinsed my walnuts. I'm just going to pour them right into the Blendtec. So I'm basically using 1 cup of walnuts, 3 cups of water. I'm going to put a little vanilla. Where's my vanilla? I think I'm gonna put I don't know, I don't want it to overpower. So I think I'm gonna do like a 1/4 teaspoon. Let me see how I feel about that. 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla. Okay, 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla. And I think I just want like a dash of salt. Literally just gonna put, there we go, that's not, there we go. Pinch of salt. Okay. And I'm probably gonna strain this. So if you have a nut milk bag or something to strain your plant milks with, that's what you're going to use. You can even use your Breville juicer, which I have done in a previous video. I'll see if I can find that to put a link here, where I blended up my almond milk and then I strained out the pulp with my juicer. But let me get started. And on the Blendtec, just so you guys can see, well, here you go. I'm just pressing, I'm going to do the manual. This is, if you press any of these here, it's manual and it goes up by the speed. Up here are the presets. So I'm going to just start this probably around. I'm going to start it here. Now, if you're making cashew milk, there is no pulp. It just completely liquefies, which is great. It's just so easy. This is as easy as it is to make a plant-based milk. I can smell the nice walnut flavor. I'm just going to pour a little bit here. Because also, depending if you're just putting this in smoothies, you don't have to take out the pulp. You can keep it. Yeah, but it has, I mean, it tastes nice. This is really nice. I don't remember what the Elmhurst one tasted like, but I'm going to tell you, any nut milk you make fresh always tastes better. But there is a little bit of the pulp. I'm going to take the pulp out, because I think what I'll do is if I make some pancake batter, I'll put the pulp in there, add my extra omega-3s, and drink the milk. So I'll be back and start the process of straining this. Now what I have here is my own homemade nut milk bag. I just bought a piece of cloth that wasn't too much, too netting-like. Like if you've seen nut milk bags, they can be very very porous. I wanted something that would be strong enough to hold like my coconut pulp, almond milk pulp, and I did not sew the edges at first, but you know, my mom has a sewing machine here, and I bought one for her as well, and she sewed hers up. So I decided, yeah, let's sew this up, so it's easier just to handle. So you can just put, I wonder if this bowl is big enough. You know what, I'm going to use a bigger bowl. Okay, I'm back. Just to be better safe than sorry. So I'm just going to hang on to one edge and pour, oh, this looks so beautiful. So beautiful. And I'm also going to see if this froths, but because it is late now at night and I would not be having coffee or anything that I would otherwise be using froth milk for, I will do that in the morning and then add that to the video. So when you have your nut milk bag, you're just going to kind of hold and squeeze. Now again, you can use any kind of cloth that you think will work for this. Maybe even like a thinner kind of cotton. I don't remember what this was or why I bought this, but this is what I have. And you're just going to squeeze. Just consider it, you're milking some nuts. Hopefully that didn't sound too bad, but that's what we're doing. You know, people like to say, you can't, you know, milk an almond or whatever. Well, yeah, sure we can. Just like this. And you're going to squeeze it until you get all of the milk out. In fact, this milk looks so beautiful and creamy. It could maybe have a little more water. That's one thing you are free to do when you make your own, is just adjust, you know, the water content. If you want it to be thicker, put less water. If you want it to be thinner, add more. So I'll continue that and I'll be back. I can't even tell you, like, legitimately how amazing this milk looks. It looks so beautiful and creamy, and wow, this is a beautiful milk right here. I'm really happy with this. And let me just show you what the pulp looks like. What I'll do is I'll grab my daughter, although of course it's late, but I don't think she's sleeping yet, and I will ask her to sample it. And so here you go, yeah. Got a lot of pulp right here. Now, if you remember seeing any of my older videos with almond milk and using the pulp, I've made almond like cookies. Oops. But this, I think I'm going to make some pancakes tomorrow and put this in there because, of course, walnuts and pancakes go very well together. Alright guys, I'm just going to get a jar to put this in, but like honestly, I don't know if you can see just how beautiful and rich this milk looks. But I'm going to put this in a container and I'll be back to do a taste test. Okay, so I'm back and I have this jar. Oh, sorry, it's not a jar, it's an empty wine bottle. I'm hoping my daughter, well, she can hold this for me. I'm going to try to pour this in, and it might be a little bit more because this holds 750 ml. So can you hold both of those, Chloe? Hold that and then hold the bottle with your hand down there. Yeah, perfect. And I'm just going to pour this in. You missed me milking walnuts, Chloe. I might need another jar, but we'll see, maybe not. We'll drink the rest of this, if there's a little bit left over. Oh, it's perfect! Perfect! Alright, so for my wine aficionados, if you have empty bottles, you can make a batch of this and you have enough to fit in here. Alright, Chloe, I'm going to let you taste this because I'm sure you'd like to. Let me just get you a cup. Alright. Excuse me, Chloe. I'm going to pour you. Doesn't that look beautiful? Like, just yeah. Look how rich and beautiful this looks. Oh, man. This is one of my favorite milks already.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Would you put more water? I mean, you could put a little more water in there.
I think it's fine how it is.
How does it compare to the Elmhurst milk? Do you remember?
I probably prefer that. I don't remember.
You prefer this because it's homemade and your mother made it. Thank you. So you heard it there. She prefers this.
Maybe it can be slightly sweeter.
This?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't put any sugar. Yeah, that's right. So sometimes people like when I've made almond milk, I've put like a date or two in there. I do have some date syrup. So, you know, feel free to add something to this if you like. But I kind of just really like this as it is. But, you know, it's not like, the good thing about this is you could always just put it back in the blender, add a little bit of sweetener, mix it up. You can do with this what you like. I mean, I like it. I like it a lot. But yeah, it could have a little sweetener, so maybe I'll do that. Definitely going to try to froth this, see how it froths. And that's all for now, guys. That is as easy as it is, but I will be back to see how it froths. So that will be the end of this video, I think, unless I make a completely different video. But I think I'll just put that in the end, and you'll see that tomorrow. So good night for now. Okay, it's the next day. Let's see if this foams. And I'm just going to say I think it will, because even last night when I did decide to add a little bit of the date syrup to it and put it in the blender, and when I blended it up, I ended up having more than I could pour in here, and there was foam there. But we're just going to try it. I'm just going to put it to the minimum line. As you see, a good portion of it's already been consumed, but it's good. Alright, so just going to press that on for some hot foam, and we'll see how it does. Alright, let's see how this looks. Okay, surprisingly, it doesn't have much foam. That's shocking. Last night, just blending it got a lot more foam, so I'm just going to try it again, but, you know, that's okay. Yeah, I'm getting a little foam. Not a lot. But interestingly, in the blender, it really, when I blended it up, it came and had fluffy foam. You'll be able to see it in the picture that I post. I ended up adding some date syrup to it, and I reblended it, and it's when I reblended it that it got this foam that you can see in this photo. So it's a little bit bizarre to me. But that's okay. So at least this way, it's not the best at foaming, but it doesn't need to be. I've got other milks for foaming. And that's all for now, guys. Thanks so much for watching this. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and if you've ever tried making walnut milk and what you think of it. See you in the next video.